The Sherwood Park Crusaders suffering their first loss of the season on home ice here this afternoon at the Sherwood Park Arena. Taylor Medak and Adam Kamara with you here. So the Crusaders lose for the first time, 2017-18. 6-3 to the Camrose Kodiaks on the inaugural Hockey Hooky Day here in Sherwood Park. Bottom line in this one is Taylor Medak and Adam Kamara with you here for the post-game wrap. Goaltending and special teams in favor of the Kodiaks in this one, with Griffin Bowerman fantastic in his debut for the Camrose Kodiaks, as well as Camrose going 2 for 5 on the power play. Adam, what else can you add to that, or is that just summing up the game in a whole?
It pretty much sums up the game in the whole. I mean, the Crusaders did come out with a lot of fight, and I mean, being down constantly, they were able to battle back, get to within 2 goals over the game, but every time Camrose would just come back and get that extra goal and put them over the top. Crusaders had a lot of fight, though, in the third period. They came back. They were able to fight hard inside the offensive zone, keep a lot of pressure inside Camrose territory, but just couldn't put anything past Griffin Bowerman, who had a fantastic debut for the Kodiaks. He was solid in net all night for the Kodiaks. I mean, he made 33 saves on 36 shots. So for his performance here this afternoon, it was what the Camrose Kodiaks needed to see, especially with the three-headed monster in their back end. Crusaders on the opposite end, Sam Burford getting his first start as a Crusader in the Alberta Junior Hockey League, just wasn't up to par. There were some saves I'm sure he would want back. A couple breakdowns from the Crusaders as a whole that led to those goals for the Kodiaks. But in the end, you need your goaltender to be that solid rock in behind. I mean, can't expect shutouts every single game, but you have to expect those couple saves, key saves in a game to really keep you in. And just this afternoon, I don't know if it was routines being broken up for the players. I mean, it's the same excuse on either side, but the Crusaders just came out flat-footed, especially with an early goal in that first period within the first minute and a half for the Kodiaks to really kind of set the tone for the game.
Yeah, forced to kill off a penalty early on. That resulted in a power play goal for the Kodiaks, and an early goal in the second period, put them up 4-1 as well. The Crusaders, no quit in this team, however, which is a good sign for a young team that has a lot of guys that are new to the Alberta Junior Hockey League. I mean, even the veterans, too, you didn't see quit in their game. I mean, the top line of Ty Reeven, Brandon Wallace, and Meredith Zitko, not for a lack of chances. They had their chances, just unfortunately today couldn't convert, couldn't thread the needle. I mean, they could pass in terms of threading the needle, it seemed, cross ice, but just making plays to open areas where some guys maybe weren't, or someone thought someone was going to be there. But this veteran group, no quitting them, and that kind of fed off on the young guys. You saw them as well go at it, and then guys they bring in like a Ryan McKinnon and Dylan Stewart, they contribute offensively in this one. So there was no quit, or there was no lack of effort, I think, for this Crusader team. Maybe inconsistent at times, but certainly did not give up in this hockey game, Adam.
Yeah, inconsistency is the key word, Taylor. You mentioned it. The Crusaders just didn't have that performance throughout the entire lineup like we saw in the first 2 games against Drayton Valley here to start off this season. And I don't know if it's just complacency where they felt, hey, we have a 2-0 winning streak. We've played really good in those games. We've gotten a lot of goals. I wonder if it just kind of crept into the back of their mind where they thought maybe every single game was going to be like that. We now know clearly it's not going to be like that, but the veterans for this Crusaders team did show up. And for Ryan McKinnon and Dylan Stewart, guys, to get their goals with the Crusaders, it's got to be a good feeling for them. Ty Reedman getting another goal, contributing to his Can Alta Player of the Week for the Alberta Junior Hockey League this season so far in the first 3 games. They've come prepared, but the power plays, they were able to get some opportunities. Ty Reedman finding Brandon Wallace all day on the side of the net, but Griffin Bowerman really doing a good job pushing off, coming across the crease, and making sure he was able to keep the lead for the Kodiaks and make sure the Crusaders didn't inch any forward.
Well, Brandon Wallace might have some nightmares after tonight's game. I mean, he had some great chances, and you want to see that from all your players, is getting chances. Now it's coming down to converting them. Wallace also having a penalty shot as well in the third period. Could have proved momentous had he scored. Unfortunately, wasn't able to get even a shot off, puck just rolling away from him. In terms of the Camrose Kodiaks, these two teams aren't going to play till the new year, and Camrose looks really good. They look like a big team, a fast team. A new guy that comes in is actually a bit of a smaller guy, and Brock Bremer had 4 points in this one. He was a force for the Kodiaks. They get some good goaltending from Bowerman, and just this team looks a lot different from the fifth place team that finished fifth in the South last year. Boris Rabalka's group looks like they can hopefully maybe push the Bandits in the division, but certainly be in the conversation for a home ice spot.
Yeah, definitely. The Camrose Kodiaks, this is a team that, despite their closeness to the Sherwood Park Crusaders, are both in separate divisions, and it's a shame that we don't get to see them more often, because these two teams have very exciting games between them. Camrose Kodiaks clearly came in with a very good game plan for the Sherwood Park Crusaders to really negate the goal-scoring power of the Crusaders. And then Bremer, Minnesota native, coming in, 4 points for his team. Ryan Hartman doing a good job as well, putting points on the board for this Kodiaks team. This could be a very good team in the Viterra South Division. We'll see how things play out. Brooks Bandits starting 0-2. I don't think anybody saw that, especially coming off Gas Drive Cup championship for them. But if it could provide a different look for the Alberta Junior Hockey League if the Camrose Kodiaks are a team to really compete in the Viterra South Division, Taylor.
It is an early portion of the season, only 3 games in, but the Kodiaks are 2-0-1, undefeated in regulation. The Crusaders 2-1, and have the Whitecourt Wolverines next up here at the Sherwood Park Arena Sunday afternoon. You talk about entertaining games between the Kodiaks and Crusaders. Always an entertaining game when the Whitecourt Wolverines come to town on Sunday. Should be an exciting test here at the Sherwood Park Arena. Adam, thanks a lot.